Yes, so hello everybody. My name is Anna Ranta. I'm working for Microsoft, working as a partner solution architect for data. And today's topic, my presentation is about how to bring data into AI. And I'm talking about my favorite topics and subjects, the tools and skills needed. So without further presenting myself, why we are talking about this. The AI is transforming the world as we speak. It's transforming how we work. It's transforming how we operate business, and that's why we are talking also about data as a fuel that powers AI. So, kind of, we need to feed the AI with good quality data. And what does good quality data then mean? Where does that come from? So, so the businesses operate when the businesses operate, we are building data, or we are creating data. And the businesses operate, we always, like, sometimes we think about that there are IT systems that back up business operations. So for example, when we purchase something, we get purchase transactions. When we manufacture something, well, there will be warehouse transactions, manufacturing events. Also, when we sell something, event comes out of that as well as the, like, for example, finance. Data is also being born into finance. So kind of these business operations and these business systems that create data. So data is coming from all of those. But also we have these manual or semi-manual processes where humans are in the loop. So we are doing emails at work, we are in the meetings, we produce documentations, for example. So data comes in various formats as well. So what it means for data processes. Here is another picture. I like this in a way, even if it's a messy slide, and it's supposed to be messy because, like, I want to explain also that you could do data, you could do AI development, and you could use the tools and skills of your choice that would be the best of breed for your exact scenario. But the more you bring in these toolings into your IT ecosystem, IT landscape, the more you will be creating complexity as well. So there will be complexities around how to integrate these things together. So kind of as a data people, we might not want to be integrators. We might just want to work on our, like, data problems. So how we might at Microsoft see this is that we want to help unify, and the unify is the word of the day also concerning the data. And once our data is unified, then magic can start happening. And like when unifying with data, we also then we brought into discussion our toolings that we have created that would help with that approach. So Fabric is our cloud native service. It's a SaaS service. It's covering toolings and engines that you would need to create your analytics, like analytics or data processes. We in the same product or the same service, you get toolings for creating databases. You have, like, data factory toolings for doing data processing, integrating data, doing data pipelines. You have the analytics tooling, which includes, like, lake housing capabilities. You have warehousing capabilities. You also have more advanced analytics capabilities. You also have toolings for real-time intelligence, and not to mention the Power BI or the visual analytics or the business side of analytics. And unifying those toolings under one product portfolio or one service, it means that we can take care of the unified platform also underneath. So we have, like, a unified data storage there. Everything what you read and write, create with the Fabric, everything goes into the same, like, data storage in the same format. So we have the one lake as your, like, you can think of it as like a OneDrive for data, that all those different toolings can read and write, and no matter which toolings your business users or your IT users are using from this portfolio, they can still benefit of the data being stored in the one centralized place in one lake. So it minimizes the need for data copying, for example. We have Copilot accelerated or Copilot AI-assisted ways of working there. You can use Copilot for everything, and you have centralized governance also because everything is in the same tooling. Okay, so that's about unifying the data. And also, now let's think about what it means for the data estate for the age of AI. So once you get your data in one place, unified, and you have the toolings and skills that you can create a harmonized version of your data, you have your curated semantic knowledge there, then you can use that to empower AI agentic workflows. Well, that's it basically. So let's talk a bit about now the agentic ways of working, and let's think about like what are the new ways that we could use data well enhanced with AI. And one like this example from like a business user perspective is this chatting with your data capabilities. So kind of think of it as, what if you could, instead of finding your report to find your numbers, you could go to like a centralized like a Copilot chat capability where you could ask questions from your data. For example, here in this very small demo, you can see like examples of what you could do with that kind of a chat experience. So we are bringing at Microsoft this Copilot style of capabilities now also into Fabric. This is a preview feature. Well, I will explain later what this preview means, but basically you could, with this preview feature, you could test out what it would be to use chatting-like capabilities on top of data, and you could find your content. The chat can help you find content that you're looking for. It could also help you answer data questions. So if you have access to your data in reports or semantic models, the Copilot can go and fetch the answers to those data questions. And it's also like it's using and it's respecting your security boundary. So like whenever you have your data questions, this Copilot knows who is asking for, and it's using, like, it's working on your behalf, and it's only going to those data sources that you have access to, so that have been like where you have been given access to. So kind of those will be one scenario that you could use as an end user. So instead of looking always at reports for ad hoc analysis, you could do this with the Copilot ways of doing, and just ask data questions instead of going to your colleague in the analytics side to ask these ad hoc questions. You could help yourself. And what would I wanted to mention? So preview features, yeah. So those are something that we bring there that you can test out these features. They're available for testing, but they're not yet like ready fully. They're not fully supported for production uses yet. Okay. The other thing I want to show you, like a small demo of data agents, because now we have this. Like we want to also not only produce the data for the business end users, but also like the future ways of working with AI agentic workflows requires that data could be like passed on to the agentic workflow as well. So for that we have this data agents concept that can help you like create and pass your data onwards to the agentic processes. And I have a small demo of this as well. This is from my personal demo environment where I have run some testings with the data agents. So like in this demo, we are creating a data agent, and we are giving it the possibilities to look at specified data sources that we want this agent to be able to access. So the idea here is that you can really define the data that you want to go into the agentic workflow, and you can give your agent the instructions and toolings that it needs to be able to work on that business problem. So about the data sources then, my data sources here are, there is a semantic model. It's Trafficom open data for new car registrations. So we are going there and selecting everything from that Power BI data model that I have pre-created. Then we have another data source that we want to agent should know why it is there. So you give instructions to the data agents that what it would supposed to do and what kind of business problems it should be able to resolve. It also, you can give information about the different data sources so that the agent knows what kind of data is available, where, and kind of how to interpret that data. You can like specify like what your business concepts mean and what, for example, your different KPIs, key terminologies mean. And you give response guidelines as well. And once you are done with the agent instructions, then we have a testing capabilities also built into the tool. So you can, like, for example, in this user interface, you can test at the same time when you build those system prompts for that agent. And testing, you can start by asking data questions, and you then testing based on how well it answers, then you can evaluate if your agent is doing fine or if it should be improved. So in this scenario, I asked the agent a data question. I asked that that I would like to compare our car sales data, or how it's going in our car sales business for our top 3 sales brands. How are we doing against the market trends? So comparing those. And now the agent just asked me that if I want my answer to be in sales euros or in sales quantities, and I explained that yes, I want sales quantities there. And then when why is not doing anything? Yeah. So then the agent, after giving these instructions, then the agent is good to go and continue then running. It goes back into the thinking mode, and the agent now it creates like a query plan for my question. So it looks at what kind of data is available for it, and it goes and generates, like it should be generating first like the information of what are the top 3 sales brands, and it goes to the sales data to find the top 3 most sold brands that we are selling at our company, and then it should go back to the sales data to find the sales data for those, and then also to the Trafficom open data to see how it is how our sales trends are comparing to what is happening in the market. So, and then it creates me a summary of those. And when I'm happy with the results of the data agent that it has given me in the testing phase, then we can go ahead and publish that data agents. And publishing just simply means that after I publish this data agents, then that will be available for Fabric. It will be available for also to be, like here you can see that we can also include it in the M365 agent store. So if users want to use it through the M365 Copilot, then they're good to go with that. But after publishing, we can also integrate this to agentic solutions and other agentic workflows. Okay, going to the last topic, or the second topic, your unique intelligence is what powers agents. So there we had a couple of use cases how we will be working with data going forward, or how we can use data using this AI-centric ways of doing things. Your unique intelligence is what powers agents. And so the unique intelligence, what we at Microsoft think, is that the unique intelligence comes from this IQ concept. And there is one part of it is this work IQ. It's like about how your employees work, and it's giving context on people who they are working with, what are their roles in the organization, for example. Then we have the Foundry IQ, which is like information about knowledge bases or document libraries, for example. And then one part of it is from the data. So the Fabric IQ is there to like giving information about the state of your business and coming from your business entities and systems of record. And all of this combined, it gives a unique, unified intelligence for enterprise AI. Okay, last topic. Let's talk about how we see the AI is changing, or how I see the AI is changing how we work with analytics. So as an analytics worker who is working on creating analytical processes, how this AI is changing the way how we work. In a previous Mimmit koodaa event where I was talking about, I went into more details on this brief history of like data processes, and now I'm going to just give a very short run on this. So brief history of business intelligence. We see that, yeah, we discussed about that already. We get the first things to get the data from various systems, various data sources. We combine that data, create a unified data view in a data storage, be it warehouse or data lake, for example. And then on top of that, we create a semantic layer which contains information, harmonized information of our businesses and our key KPIs, for example, and like what is business relevant and how things relate to each other. And on top of that, we can see here in this picture, we have reports and dashboards. You could think instead of reports, maybe we could put in this picture also like data chats or data agents as users, data agents as reporting users, and also like interfaces for the data. Now, there have been like a couple of different ways how we think about that, what kind of, how people work with the data. And you could create analytical data processes, data content by these self-service tools with a low-code approach, or you could do it like you could do also like in a very IT-centric ways of doing, using more coding instead of using those visual toolings and function type of way of working with how do you do self-service BI. We also have the IT ways of working and the coding approach. We have toolings for both of those going forward that can benefit of the agentic capabilities or the AI capabilities. So we have copilots built into every workload. So for example, like no matter what kind of things you are doing with Microsoft Fabric, you have the Copilot assistance everywhere, so you can be more productive working with your analytical workloads. And for the pro coders, then, for them, we are having this we are creating these vibe coding capabilities. So, for example, this agentic skills that was newly released, it's a public preview currently as well. So this gives you the capabilities that you can do it with vibe coding style. You natural language explain your process, what needs to be achieved, and then you can use the AI to wrap it up and create that content in Fabric. So, for example, GitHub Copilot, you could use these toolings to help you be more productive in your developer work. Okay, I think I've covered most of my story today. I still want to put this as a last slide here. The data skills. Now, if you're interested, I have been interested about this data topics for the past 20 years that I've been in the IT industry. So the data skills, you can start working with data skills. For example, we have at Microsoft, we have this Microsoft Skills for Jobs initiative. It's like a study program. There is a data skills study program that you can start. It's available online. It's free, available for everybody. You can do it at your own pace, and you can get university credits out of this as well. So this is one way how to start working with data going forward. And with that, I give you thank you for your interest. It was great to be a part of this Mimmit koodaa event, and have a nice Friday, everybody.